Good afternoon, D11 family. Whoops, sorry. 1 second. All right, let's try that again. Okay. Good afternoon, D11 family. Welcome to the CEC 11 November special meeting. Before the meeting starts, I want to remind everyone that this is a public meeting and it is being recorded. The time now is 12:38. For those at home, please have your mics on mute. We will not have public forum at the end of this meeting. We do not have interpreters here today for this meeting. However, the public is welcome to this meeting. Now let's proceed to roll call. Ashley Jones, present. Stephanie Bonillo,
Present on Zoom.
Mr. McCartney, okay, he has not joined yet. Mrs. Alameen,
Present on Zoom.
Mrs. Garcia,
Present.
Mr. Cruz, absent. Mrs. Vera,
Present.
Mr. Toba, absent. Mrs. Mary Smalls, absent. Mrs. Brulos Burns, absent. Mr. Cole,
Ashley, this is Miss Johnson. Mr. Cole is headed to the trailers now. He wasn't sure where to go.
okay, thank you. Mrs. Matthew Cotton, okay, absent. Let the record show there's currently now only one member in person, and we're expecting another one, Mr. Cole. However, we are not meeting quorum, but we do not need to have quorum at this meeting. At this time, now I'm going to make the, let's see. School Construction Authority, we made them the co-host already? Okay, all right. So go ahead. I'll have Ms. Holloway take it away.
I need quorum for the site selection. I explained that to Ms. Jones.
In person?
Not in person. Do you have it just collectively between those who are represented in person and those who are on Zoom?
So we need quorum because we're not voting on anything.
I know, but I was advised on my side from my director that we needed to have Zoom. We needed to have quorum, I'm sorry.
But if we're not voting, why? I mean, no, don't get me wrong. We do have enough members on the call. However, but we're not voting.
Yvette, I'm joined by my director here.
Yeah.
Yvette, could you shed any light on this for me?
Yes. Hi, everyone. I'm Yvette Knight. Hi. Good afternoon. I appreciate your time and actually scheduling this meeting. with us. However, even though you're not voting, ma'am, our process with the site selection process
Mhm.
requires that we have quorum from the community board. And so I understand that your concern is that you're not voting, but because we have a process in place, we do require quorum, and that quorum could be virtual or in person.
Right.
So if all your attendees here meets quorum, whether they are virtually or in person, then we
Mhm.
can move forward with this meeting. Outside of that, we will need to reschedule, or if you do have quorum with everyone virtually, that's fine.
Well, we
With
do,
that.
with everyone virtually, we do make quorum. Give me 1 second, because we need, how many? 7 members, right? 1,
I counted 6, 1, 2.
6, 7. It is 7 of us on here.
Oh,
And so 7 is a quorum number?
Yes.
Great.
perfect.
We don't have to waste our Friday. Yay.
Thank you.
All right.
All right,
so-
and we may have
okay.
more members joining. I'm gonna be
Yes.
like texting behind the scenes, so we'll definitely have everybody. It's just hard to get
Okay.
us all here in person, so.
We understand that. Again,
All
I
right,
so
thank you.
appreciate this. And see, while I'm still here and my face is still here, I just want to introduce myself formally. I'm Yvette Knight with the School Construction Authority. I'm the Director of External Affairs. Nicole Holloway, with whom you're very familiar, will chair this meeting. And I will go off camera. And again, thank you everyone for allowing your Friday afternoon for this presentation.
Thank you, Yvette. So good afternoon, all. Once again, my name is Nicole Holloway, and I'm the External Affairs Manager for the Bronx from SCA. And again, thank you for taking the time out to join this meeting today. If you'll all just bear with me for a moment while I share my screen. So today's site selection is only going to be, can everyone see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So today's site selection is merely showing you an intended site that we're looking to purchase, and it would be the location of a new public school for School District 11. So right now, the proposed site consists of a couple of lots that we're going to be combining. Those addresses are 1631 through 1659 Zariga Avenue. All right, so you should have received a copy of the notice of filing. So pursuant to 1731 of the New York City School Construction Authority Act, notice has been filed for the proposed site selection of block 3991, lots 87, 78, 75, and 6, and any other nearby property in the immediate vicinity which may be necessary for the proposed project, located in the borough of the Bronx for the construction of a new approximate 547-seat primary school facility for Community School District Number 11. So the proposed site I'm going to show you today is a little over 35,000 square feet, a little less than an acre, and it's located at 1631 through 1659 Zariga Avenue. And it's bounded by Zariga Avenue to the northeast, Maclay Avenue to the northwest, Park Street to the southwest, and St. Raymond Avenue to the southeast. This is in the Westchester Square neighborhood of the Bronx. The proposed site consists of 4 privately owned lots formerly occupied by the Convent of Sacred Heart, containing 3 vacant buildings and a surface parking lot. The proposed site will be acquired by the New York City School Construction Authority on behalf of the New York City Department of Education. The site plan and supplemental materials have already been sent over to you, and it's summarizing the proposed actions are available. Any questions or comments could be mailed in directly to the SCA utilizing the address you see before you. Attention Kelly Murphy, Senior Director of Real Estate Services, as well as you could view all of this information on our website And then the comment period will be open up until December 18th of 2024. And any comments and or feedback you'd like to provide can be sent to sites@nycsca.org. All right, so the public process for site selection. So under the Public Authorities Law, the SCA is required to present new sites to the local community board and the Community Education Council. I've already presented to the community board the week before, and the 45-day public comment period on the site itself commenced on October 31st, 2024, and it will end on December 18th, 2024. As I explained to you, any formal comments can be shared through mail and or email. Today's presentation is only going to focus on the site itself and the appropriateness of it becoming the potential site of a new school for School District 11. At this juncture, we don't have any design details to share. That would be something that after we go to City Council and we go into design, we would come back at a later date to show you the potential design if the property should go through. So here's the proposed site, just showing it to you on a tax map. So you'll see that it is combining 4 lots, 75, 78, 87, as well as this one coming out to Parker Street. Here's an aerial view of the site so you could see what's there. As explained, the 3 buildings and then the flat parking surface. So the intent would be that we will purchase all of these lots and combine them to build this new public school. So just to show you what's on the properties right now, this is a view south on Zariga Avenue. There's a 2-story house at 1659 Zariga Avenue. That would be lot number 75. Then here's a view southwest on Zariga Avenue to the 3-story house with a 3-story school addition, and that's located at 1651 Zariga Avenue, and that would be lot number 78. Next is a view on the northwest side on St. Raymond's Avenue to the 1-story garage at 1631 Zariga Avenue, and that would be lot 87. And then here's another view of the flat parking surface, which is a view northwest on Zariga Avenue to the accessory parking lot, including the southeast facade of the 2-story house at 1651 Zariga Avenue. So seat need in the proposed site. So the Parkchester area in School District 11 has overcrowded primary schools. In order to comply with the upcoming class size reduction standards and alleviate overcrowding, a new building is necessary. So we're proposing this new 547 seat, fully accessible, brand new school. The process includes the project analysis under the seeker before going to the City Council for final approval to purchase. So right now, that's the conclusion of this presentation. And once again, there's a 45-day comment period that is running from October 31st through December 18th. And again, you could send over any comments and or feedback you have via email to sites@nycsca.org. Any other questions? And then for ongoing project updates, you would contact me directly. And then from the New York City Public Schools, Valeria Rojas Infantas will be your contact if there's any questions regarding programming. That's the conclusion of my presentation. Thank you. All right, are there any questions?
Funny. Ashley, you're muted.
Sorry. So sorry, I turned off the wrong button. Hello, everyone. I'm here with Superintendent Vaughn.
Hi.
One moment.
Hi,
Here we are.
Superintendent Vaughn.
Hi, thank you so much for this, Nicole.
No
This was
problem.
very exciting.
I know, and so very needed.
Yes, that's right. So thank you.
Great.
Thank you very much.
No problem. I see Stephanie Bonilla.
Yes, hello.
Hi.
Hi. I have a question, but maybe that's for Look. So to know what the site plan is gonna be, like if it's gonna be an elementary, middle school, high school, that will be
Primary school, pre-K through 5.
3K through 5, okay. But you said for the programming, that will be for district planning.
Yeah, programming, like who goes into the building, that all will come from public schools.
Okay. And question, how much were the lots?
I don't have that information. We haven't purchased the lots yet. We need the okay of the community board and the backing of the CEC before we could go to city council to get final approval to purchase the lots.
Okay, and how do we send you our approval?
You could just email anything you want to sites@nycsca.org.
Okay, and by when do you need that?
You need to send any comments or feedback by December 18th.
Okay. All right,
We'd be
that's all.
looking to go to city council early in 2025.
Okay, thank you so much, Miss Holloway.
No
Thank
problem.
you again.
Take care.
You too.
I have one question. So I noticed that with purchasing this, we are getting rid of a few houses. Does that impact us in any way when it comes to our housing issue that we're suffering from?
Well, I believe one is a convent that was attached to the existing school there. And then the other one is a property. I don't believe
Okay.
it should impact housing. I mean, if the owners are selling the lots, you know,
I mean, but, okay,
I mean, it's whoever owns the lot's choice to sell, you know, so,
right,
yeah.
okay.
Mhm.
And by when are
And
you guys trying to make the purchase?
So it would be sometime in 2025 after we go to city council.
and how planning like choose that exactly that area is accessible, how the trains or the public transportation are close by, how you get to the conclusion that this could be a good area to have this school.
So one is by just seat need in the area. There are 1, 2, 3, 4 surrounding schools that are all overcrowded. Those schools are PSIS 134, PS 83, the STEM Bridge School, which is X 311, as well as PSIS 498. Those are all schools within a mile of this location that are overcrowded.
And
So
why the schools, why it is just reach 5th grade? It could be 8th grade, for example,
Right.
because we noticed that we have many uh, schools, primary schools, and right now we are in the situation that these primary schools are asking to extend the school to 8th grade. So why we don't put like some in consideration these points now, and maybe this school could reach 8th grade and not finish to 5th grade.
great. So you presented a good question. So all of our data shows the need at the primary school level. And I think that's just because young people are able to go outside of their school zone districts for middle school and high school. So all of our needs is centered around one, class size reduction within this area, and two, the seat need at the primary school level.
And I just want to add, these decisions around the grades, the overarching driver too is done by the New York City DOE.
Public schools.
So they, they're the ones who, in addition to what Ms. Holloway mentioned, they work very closely with us, and they are the ones who drive the programming to include the grades in that for this particular site. And as you can see, the superintendent, who has been part of that decision, was very welcoming of what we're presenting today.
Thank you.
I just want to add, I agree with Council Member Corina. Right now we are dealing with expansions of to make it to 8th grade. I feel that just starting this school from pre-K to 8th grade will be a better solution, because I feel like in the long run, they're going to ask for an expansion. And the schools, some of the schools you mentioned that are already overpopulated, they expand up to middle school, PS 83 and Van Ness. So I feel like that's one of the things that we've heard from the community, that they need more middle schools in our districts. That way they don't have to go out of zone or out of their district in order to go to a school.
Well, I welcome those. You can
we
send
can
those
look at
comments to us in the comment when you make your comments and you reply to us. Please
And we can
include
out to
all
the
of those
district.
comments by the December 18th timeframe.
And you
And,
said that you also could reach out to district planning as well, right?
Yeah, so
Mhm.
so the designee from New York City Public Schools for this would be Valeria. That would be who you would direct programming questions and concerns to, because School Construction Authority, all we're responsible for is purchasing and building of the school. How the school is used or what class levels goes into the building is solely up to New York City Public Schools. That's not a decision we can make. So again, you could send that information to sites, but I think your better resource would be reaching out to Valeria Infantas Rojas, who's with district planning. And like my colleague, my director Yvette said, you see Superintendent Vaughn is very on board. So again, that's conversations that they could have on that side.
Thank you so much.
No
Really
problem.
appreciate your time.
Okay. Are there any other questions?
Yes, there is. How are you?
Good, and you?
I'm good. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for this information, and I would like to follow up on what Councilmember Karina Garcia was mentioning as far as the logistics of the location. How easy is it for students to get there as far as train or bus?
So it is accessible by train and bus, and by those students who would need to walk to school as well. I don't have the
Okay.
direct busing information that's close by, but that's something that I could get back to you all. I could get back with you.
Okay, great. And I just want to put this out there. I'm pretty sure this topic, like what you mentioned, may need to go to Ms. Infantas Rojas. But what I would like to know is it possible that a gifted and talented program could be there, as it would be great to have more of those in the district as well. There are many parents who are on waiting lists for their children. So if there's a new school, that would be great if that option could be available as well.
Great. And again, programming, that's a better
Right.
answered question by district planning and the superintendent's team.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
You, uh, this is maybe like a fast, because I was looking into the area in the map. Yes, it's close to Tremont Avenue. It's close to the 6th train. But the traffic in that area, uh, how it is, because it's the situation that I see in Baychester, Truman, MS 180, MS 181. The traffic there is terrible, and the school buses get trapped, and the students get trapped there, and the staff from the school, if they want to leave, all of them at the same time Friday. My child will arrive very, very late. So do you have an idea, or that is a part of the study, how the traffic move around and how you will move all the people that will start to go to this school and live in the area?
So yes, a part of the seeker will include traffic analysis to see what the conditions would be if this building was to be there. And then that information would better help us in designing the building in a way that it would be less disruptive to the traffic and flow. I just want everyone to be mindful that the Bronx is really a real estate desert, right? And we know that District 11 has kind of always had this historical need for new seats. So we just try to capitalize on any opportunity where we could purchase land big enough to build a school, along with giving you at grade play area. So all of those things are considered. But again, the bigger issue is just the real estate desert that's New York City in general, so we look at any potential site, and in particularly a site that's over 25,000 square feet, where, we don't have to, doing a rooftop play yard is a great addition, but not ideal. We want to ensure that we have a location large enough that you could have your building as well as a great and beautiful schoolyard for the students. And yeah, there will be some impacts to the neighborhood and with traffic. This is New York City, but again, that is all going to be analyzed and included in the secret information.
Okay, thank you.
No problem.
Will you have a blueprint of what the design that you are thinking of, or not yet?
So at this point, this is only the appropriateness of us purchasing the site. We have not thought about design yet. That will be something that once the site goes to city council, then our A&E department would go into design. It is about a year-long process for us to design a school, look at the different schematics of how it could best serve the community and ensure the safety of anyone, any student attending the school, and any staff or community member visiting the school.
No problem. And you have mentioned parking?
No, I did not mention parking. So it's a question that in my 11 years of working out here in the Bronx, it's always come up. And the answer is simply, we do not fund parking lots and or parking space. We fully take all of those capital dollars and invest it into building a brand new state-of-the-art school building with all of the amenities that our young people need to have a successful education. So
Nope.
no, we do not consider parking. When we do build a new school and or addition, we do work with DOT to put up signs because we know there'll be busing and wherever the entrance may be, it will have DOT parking signs telling the community to not park there so that buses can pull up and do dismissal.
Thank you.
Mhm.
And you mentioned to have a playground, a decent playground is that going to work with New York Parks?
No, so again, we do not work with Parks Department. This would be solely land owned by School Construction Authority, and then we would transfer it over to New York City Public Schools. It would not be in conjunction with Parks.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm. Okay. So, if there's no other questions, I think that's all I have for you now. I'd look forward to coming back, hopefully next month to present to you the amendments to the capital plan. And then, later in 2025 or early 2026 to talk to you about the potential designs should we be, successful and move forward with purchasing these sites, these lots to build a school on.
So I just want to make one correction. This is a
Oh.
community board. We
Sorry.
do our presentation to the CEC, the Communication Educational Council, yes?
This is the CEC. We did the community board
Oh, we
already.
did the community board.
Yes,
Okay,
this is
my
the
apologies.
CEC.
Yes, this
No
is the
problem.
CEC, so we will be back to you shortly.
Thank you again.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. So
Have a good
again,
afternoon.
oh, go ahead.
All right, did anyone else have any more questions? All right, well, at this time, can someone move to call this meeting to end?
I, Stephanie Bonilla, motion to adjourn.
Hi, Karina Garcia, second.
With that being said, it's 1:09. I, Ashley Jones, President, cause this meeting to adjourn. Thank you all for coming out, and we look forward to following up on this soon.
Great.
Thanks,
Thank
everyone.
you. Take
Bye-bye.
care, everybody.
Good afternoon.
Have a good weekend.
Good weekend.